Alright, welcome back to Blossoming Homestead. I am Leslie and this is my first garden, and it's been a little over a week since my last tour, so things have definitely grown. Over here I had to try to tie this tomato plant up. I've got at least 7 tomatoes growing on this. I keep getting new ones, and it's because I've been shaking my plants. So shake your tomato plants to get more tomatoes. Right here you can see my potato plants are starting to die back. This one's actually like fallen over, and I need to get in the ground and see what kind of tomatoes are in there, if they did any good or anything like that. We have the trellis and my saggy sunflower heads that are getting all their seeds. The butternut squashes are growing nice and big, and I have been tickling my bell peppers. So this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bell peppers on it. So going from only having 1 bell pepper on like 6 to 7 plants to having 6 bell peppers on 1 tiny plant is a big bonus. I just get my finger in there and I tickle that blossom. Over here, it's so fun. These blossoms almost look like skirts, but that pepper is starting to grow. I have a whole ton of peppers in here. Tons and tons. And we might be having a freeze one of these nights coming up this week. And so I really debate cutting off all my peppers and taking them inside, but I'm just watching the weather for another day and we'll see. But like I said, I do have even more bell peppers. Look at that. Oh no, something got into that one. Darn pests. But they're growing nice and big, and I'm getting a lot from them. So my corn, I did take a corn off to check it, and my corn wasn't finished getting ready yet. The colors weren't there yet. So it is glass gem corn. When those colors are there, it's ready. So I'm excited for that. Let's see. My grasshopper. I don't like those things. They're creepy. And they eat my plants. Okay, so my cucumber plants are growing, and if you look down in here, you can see multiple cucumbers. So that's really exciting. I also have this right here is my cantaloupe from over there, and it's decided it's gonna start growing up this trellis. So I'm just gonna let it be off the ground, and hopefully it will be a healthier plant because of that. Let's see. My peas, my sugar snap peas, have for the most part been dying off. And that's totally okay. We had a lot of fun with them this year. And I currently have over 130 seeds from them. So I think I'll end out at 200 or 250 seeds just from these, which I promised my sister some, and I believe my mom wanted some for next year. So we're gonna have plenty of sugar snap peas, which my kids love. Over here I have my zucchini plants, and as you can tell, I've slacked off pulling these out, and that thing is huge, and I've got another big one. So it's time to make zucchini casserole. A big one. But those are doing good. I mean, they look a little sad today, and I'll explain that in the next video. But they're still doing good. So as we come over here, you can see that my melons have taken off, and you can see multiple melons just popping up and all over throughout here. And that one, I don't know if you can see it, this one in here is the one I'm so excited for. I also have my my pole beans, and I'm letting some of these get huge and old. Usually you want to pull your green beans when they're a little bit smaller. This size maybe a little bit bigger because it's a lot easier to eat. It's not as fibrous, but I do want some to be seeds for next year. So I have some of them doing that. This plant just keeps taking off. It gets bigger and bigger and more exciting and fun. This sugar baby watermelon, it should be done pretty soon. We're all hoping, all of us are waiting for that one specifically. So we also, you can see this, it's just kind of wild. You just got to train it up the trellis. I have even more beans all in here, and I need to come and pull all of these. Over here I have more tomatoes. Every time I come out, I give these a good shake, and you can see the tomatoes are growing. I even have a little tiny one here. This one is almost, oh, that might be ready. And these ones have blushed and are finishing blushing. This plant is giving me more. And my aromas, I come out here, I can't even see the stick, and I shake the whole plant, and you can see I've got a whole ton of aromas growing all over this plant. There's a whole ton down there, everywhere. So we're super excited for those because we've been having homemade spaghetti sauce, and it's been really good. The kids devour it. My trellis has been working really well, and you can see that these pole beans are just taking off on it. I'm super excited about that. And we'll get a shot from back there so you can see how fun it looks. So all this foliage is growing up over the top, and it's just so fun. I did string up my Roma tomatoes to the trellis because it was just hanging over and sagging, and so I didn't know what else to do. So I did that. I do have right here is another cucumber plant, and you can see we've got cucumbers growing, and so having it go up this trellis makes it easier for me to see those cucumbers and come out and get them. So I really love having this trellis in here. So my pumpkins never really did anything. I said in a past video, I'm pretty sure it's because my kids accidentally stomped where it was continuing to grow from. And so I think that's a huge reason why these little white pumpkins just didn't go anywhere. I do have a Buttercup Squash here, and I'm waiting for it to finish. And then my nasturtium has really been growing. It took a long time for it to grow. I don't know why. You can see the back side of this trellis. We have all these cucumbers, and my flowers have really gotten big and started taking off, which it's so nice to see the colors in the garden, especially when some of the things are dying. Here we have another, I believe it's a yellow crookneck, and we finally are starting to see something come from it. That one took a long time. I'm not sure why. And here's another nasturtium, and that one's really taking off. And we got flowers near that. So, well, first off, this is some more sugar snap peas. I didn't plant this one, or the ones down there. So they self-planted, and it's been so fun. The kids have had a blast, because when a plant just takes off on its own and you didn't do anything, it's a lot of fun. So this one definitely grew taller than the other ones did. I think the other ones were just too close together and kept each other down. So it's kind of fun to see how tall it's getting. It's mid-thigh to me. Over here, here's my cantaloupe. I've worked hard to grow this. I had, I think, 3 cantaloupes, and the other 2 got devoured by earwigs, which are evil little creatures. They destroyed my garden at the start. Absolutely destroyed it. We're hoping to see a melon on this soon. We'll see when it happens. Hopefully soon, because it doesn't have much time to grow a melon before fall and the colder temperatures hit. We do have this plant here, and this is another bell pepper, and it has 2 on it, but like I said, you just come in here and you reach your finger in and you tickle the blossom. And so when I do that, I just go to all of the blossoms and I tickle them all, because then I have a lot higher chance of getting bell peppers. Over here we have my one and only, at this moment in time, spaghetti squash. I love spaghetti squash, so I am stoked to have that. I hope I can get more late garden start. I don't know what's gonna happen. As you can see, we started with this tomato plant, and this side's hanging over quite drastically. I don't really know what to do, because I don't really have anything to have it hang on, but we have quite a few tomatoes growing on it. There's one there, one in here. We have a brand new one here. We've got one over here, and more. Which is really good, because this is a big rainbow and I love it. I had one for my mom's house. It's so good. It's so fruity tasting. I'll be able to harvest seeds from these tomatoes and grow them again, because this is an heirloom tomato. But that's pretty much it for the garden tour. Everything's been growing. Have that trellis getting covered, all the foliage and greenery. It's been really fun. I'm hoping I can get everything to really produce before we lose the garden to the season and all the other things. So thanks for joining me today. I'll see you next time.